Yes, absolute big uns have arrived in the Crew 2 to arrive in the Crew Motorfest in about 5 months. Listen, I am not a big un connoisseur. I like long boys, short boys, big fat, no. However, the Defender may be an exception to this. I do quite like the Defender, especially when it's got a V8. However, I do wish it was the 90. The 90 is the shorter one. It's a little bit cooler. Nonetheless, the 110 is cool, and then the bigger one is like, okay, let's stop it now. Let's view the bundle, because it's not just this new car added to the game. There's a few of them. Basically, big uns are taking over the Crew 2 and will Motorfest in like 5 months. So let's have a look-see, shall we? The RS Q8 or the Lamborghini Urus, right? I would have, genuinely, if you were forcing me at gunpoint, I would just go for the Audi. Why are you not? It's better. Then we've got the Defender 110 and the Jeep Grand Cherokee. You might be like, what? It's already in the game. It is, but this is now the rally raid version of it, which is pretty cool to see. Which brings me on to another argument that I do have. Let's just buy it before we do that. Now, this pack bothers me for a couple of reasons. But hey, maybe they got good customization. Maybe. I understand. There's this in the street race class of vehicle. We've also got this as part of the summit reward. Yeah, speaking of the summit, when I say take over, I don't mean just they're getting added to the game. Big uns are taking over the summit as well. Luxury SUVs, ooh. So, of course, if you want to partake, if you ever want to race SUVs, pretty cool. Look, I'm all for the different variety of vehicles being added to the game, but I think there's something amiss right here. I would like to ask why, once again, is this in the Crew 2 before Motorfest? And 2, why the hell is it street race? In what world should this car be in street race? It makes no sense. I don't understand why anyone would want to use this thing. This is going to be, by the way, pre-warning, the ugliest customization you're ever going to see. I'm going to make this thing even... I'm going to make it the car of all time. I'm going to go for number 13 right there. What is this monstrosity? It should be in the rally, off-road, any of the off-road spec class of vehicle. I don't quite get why you wouldn't do that. Like, ultimately, if I was going to actually make use of this stuff, it's going to be off-road, right? Like, people, oh, I like to drive off-road. BS. Every time I know that until they put it in street race. However, in a racing game, on what planet do I want to use an RS Q8, an RSQ of any kind to do a race? When there's no SUV only race requirements in a game, that is disgusting. That is even more disgusting. What the There's just no purpose to actually using this. It just doesn't make any sense, which is why I think it should be in the other. I am going to go for that option right there. And on the interior, let's go for a little bit of red. Yep, that'll do me. Have we got carbon? Yeah, of course. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it look like an off-road vehicle, because then it's kind of justified. I think this may be the ugliest car I have ever seen in the Crew. And that, you know, there are some pretty ugly boys, but that is something else. I can put a light bar on the top. I do apologize if maybe your family owns an RS Q8, or, you know, maybe they're sensible and they own not one of these. They use the RS6 because, you know, look at that backspace. You're not fitting anything in there. What's the point? Anyway, we can choose the color a bit. I kind of like the green. I think it's disgraceful, and it suits it rather well. But, you know, just for the comparison's sake, let's throw in a bunch of 280 bits. I'm running low. I kind of like how the Motorfest way does it. The Crew just wants to take over your life in every single way. 810 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.2. That's faster than the Ferraris we were driving yesterday. What the fuck? That's disgusting. Stop it now. What is this? You know what? It sounds pretty cool. It shifts like an automatic SUV, I imagine, would. And it feels a little bit point and shoot, actually. I kind of wasn't expecting it. It feels light on its feet. This is wrong. This is just wrong on every level. Anyway, I'm taking it into the location that it should be taken. But my ground clearance, I need to see my ride height. Hit the bit. There you go. See? If I hit that bear would have been dead. If I hit it in another car, it wouldn't be dead. That's why SUVs are superior. Says the SUV driver. I don't drive it. No. No. I will forever be the person that's like, no. These are disgusting. The problem is, I'm a little bit worried about this, considering the SUVs in the Crew. The Crew 2 was less so the case, but it feels like in the Crew 1 and in Motorfest, a big part of the Crew is that if car heavy, car downforce, car grip, car very, actually pretty decent, which is a damn shame. However, if you want to live your Underground 2 dreams with your Audi RS Q8, you're very welcome to it. Big Pimpin' is gone. This is just got to get off the cliff. This is fully deserved, you big piece of rubbish. Right, let's get in the Defender then, shall we? I think the one exception as to why I'm okay with it being the 110 in this game for now, I would like to see the 90 as well. We already have the 90 style of the old Defender, so it's instantly cooler in every single way. But when it came to looking for a new tow vehicle, genuinely consider the Defender 90 because of the fact that it's not something that I hate. It's a definite utility vehicle by the look of it. It's not pretty, and the Defender 90, it's still small. Like I would have one for the purpose of towing, but I didn't do that much towing, so I was like, no. I'm gonna find something better, and that's where I ended up with my beautiful Porsche Panamera. Right, let's get the color of this thing changed. We could go for any of the boring Land Rover, JLR, Jaguar rubbish colors. No variety whatsoever. Do they even have the green? Okay, that's supposed to be the green. That's not the green. We need more green than that. But if you, like me, have ever wondered what a Defender would look like in an actual fun, enjoyable color, here you go. This is possibly why they don't do it, because quite frankly, it looks a bit shit. We'll stick with the white for now, just for the sake of being able to actually see what we're doing. Right, hood customization then. We can put 110 sticker on it. I bet a lot of this is just going to be Land Rover official parts, isn't it? This is genuinely not that impressive thus far. And I think, again, I would use this car in the Crew Motorfest once it eventually comes in, let's say in about 5 months' time. However, the problem is that, well, no, number one, it's not pitted there, is it? And number two, it's in Street Race. On what planet do I want to use this on Street Race? What is that? What the Underground 2? Oh yeah, you know I was going to say. Why? I don't understand. This is part painful, part very, very enjoyable. I genuinely know there's people out there that are like, oh, I love a Defender. What are you talking about? It deserves everything I'm throwing at it. Both these stupid SUVs do. The best car, the most sensible car in the pack ended up being the bloody Jeep. It makes no sense whatsoever. Hey, the wheel's gone. It looks odd. Like it definitely needs the spare wheel. Holy crap, look how wide this thing is. We're definitely going to put the spare wheel on the back. The carbon looks pretty nice on the back there, but I do like... Okay, maybe I don't like this exhaust. It looks stupid. I'm going to go for it. And on the interior, let's have a little bit of color there. Let's go for the red seats. Wow. Look at this plastic. At least they have buttons for like some things. Once again, I'm going to do justice to this car. Oh. Yeah, that actually looks really nice. I'm going to go with that. The front bumper is disgusting. I'm actually running out of 280 parts for my throwaway cars here. I've got gold. This is not good. Like, I'm not actually sure if I can genuinely keep that front bumper. It's really horrendous. Maybe the bar at the front. However, that looks pretty cool. See, with the... That's not even the right car. Switch my damn car. It sounds very similar, but like a little bit more echoey on the sound. Yeah, I really do quite like the shape of the Defender. It's quite nice. It doesn't try to be super flashy because it shouldn't be. It tries a little bit too hard to cater towards, you know, mums driving along the road, going to pick up their kids because, oh no, I will die if I drive a car that's a sensible size. However, it is not in the rally off-road monster truck. It should be a monster truck. Hey, let's do a monster. It's practically a monster truck. Okay, but because of that, I imagine it's going to be pretty crap at driving off-road in the snow, for example, which is where, you know, the snow-looking tires should be pretty good. Let's see if it can even climb a hill. Okay, it can. Look at my ground clearance. It's beautiful because of the... What incredible suspension you have there. Anyway, so we're limited to about 70, 80 miles an hour off-road because of the fact that, well, yeah, obviously, it's a street race car. On what planet? All right, I need to stop complaining. But what else you came here for? You know for a fact what you were getting into, okay? Off-road car, street race spec. Now we have to wait not only 5 months actually to come to Motorfest, we have to wait a year to get the proper spec for these cars. Look at these awesome rally races that I would love to partake in, but I can't. I don't want to do a street race. Like, it's on the road. Shout out to the community for creating some great races. Please now put some off-road races in street race class. Because it's so awful. I think the Land Rover doesn't look too bad. I don't like the arches. I don't like that it lowered it. That's the first time I've ever said that. But again, it's street race class. It should lower with arches like Tower. However, it's a Land Rover, so it should not lower. Like, I'm trying to think. It's a good complaint, I believe, to say that this car should be in one of those specs initially. And maybe it could come to street race later. However, where the hell? Where is it taking me? The lighting's looking good on this. I've not created a race since I made that one big race. This is gonna take a while. It looked like it was gonna be an off-road race. I have been conned. I have been lied to. I have been done in. I'm now gonna spend about 20 years driving this Defender that's limited to 200 miles. Hey, that's pretty quick. I don't think I would want this big and to go any faster. But like, can you think of anyone that would complain, oh yeah, I want my Defender in street race? No! Oh yeah, I want my Audi RS Q8 in street race after it automatically originally came as an off-road spec. No! No one ever! It's just kind of frustrating. That's the one downside to the specs being like they are. Whereas in the Crew 1, they would just make it so all the specs are kind of available from the go. I think a little bit later they might have changed their tune a little bit, but... Defender. Not off... I'm going off-road. I don't care if it's the wrong way. This is where you belong. And you're rubbish at it. You can't even do 70 miles an hour. Okay, no, you're doing 90. Just for closing my curiosity, of course, it's got some weird livery on the Jeep. You can do the wheels and the calipers. I'm pretty sure you could change the livery. Let me remove this. Yeah. No, that's not what I meant to do. Oh yes. The classic. Big un on the side. But that's instantly much better. Quite like the silver. And I think a nice red actually might do decent on this car. But there you go. It's as you expect. I'm sure it's pretty good because the Grand Cherokee is actually a pretty quick car in Motorfest. However, it's that. It's okay. The pack is weird. Like to preface, I would like SUVs and other variants of cars added to the game. That's always a good thing. But I think all at once is a little bit much and the wrong spec. Anyway, check out some other videos here. They're pretty cool.